I'm NichBoy and welcome to Pocket, and today I'm checking out Far Harbor DLC for Fallout 4. Now, you know all about Fallout 4, you probably own it, you may have finished it, or you're like me and you haven't actually finished it yet, but this is sucking you back in. So Far Harbor, we got the DLC, booted up the game, and we're instantly given a mission called Far From Home, which tells us, my Pip-Boy has received a radio broadcast from Valentine's detective agency. I should listen to it and see what it's saying. So let's jump in and find out what it's saying. Okay, radio. Valentine's Detective?
This is Ellie Perkins from Valentine's Detective Agency with a message for Nick's partner. We've got a new case and it sounds urgent. Stop by the office. I'll be waiting. Setting this to repeat.
All right, back to Diamond City. Alrighty. I remember all this. I just don't remember how to get to Valentine's office. Go through here. Here it is. Here it is. That's right. This doorway. The Love Hub.
We got a new case while you and Nick were out. Ready to put on the detective hat?
Yes. Who's the client? Sarcastic.
The only thing I'm ready for is danger and awesome. Pew, pew, pew.
It's not that sarcastic.
I'm afraid hard-earned caps is all we've got to
It's not
offer,
sarcastic
honey.
at all.
Anyway, Kenji Nakano.
Nakano? Huh. That name takes me back. My memory's a little fuzzy on the details, though.
Maybe if you bothered writing things down, Nick.
Can't do that. Wouldn't want to put you out of a job.
Huh. I'll remember that the next time you need me to console a hysterical client.
Just look at each other.
Nakano didn't leave many details. Said he'd go over everything when you meet him. But if you want my guess, missing person case. Guy had a worried look a mile long.
That's a big look. Okay, now I'm just gonna say, I'm playing on Pete's character because we needed a relatively high level character, and like I said, I haven't quite got there yet. But I might. But Pete just got angry at me for selecting the sarcastic option for his character Rick Ashworth, saying, quote, that's not what Rick Ashworth would have said. So I now can either say Kenji Nakano, which I feel like may be what he would say, actually asking more information. Not now, I'm on it. He would probably say I'm on it because he's just a straight up and down dude. Is that how you're playing him? Or we could go sarcastic.
So, is the fedora and trench coat mandatory when solving these cases? Because I'm thinking smoking pipe and British accent.
Hey, whatever floats your boat, Gumshoe. The Nakano residence is up in the northeast.
Oh, Valentine doesn't like you anymore.
He said that he and his wife will be waiting for you.
It's a long walk. That's how the hard cases always start.
Your face always creeped me out. Okay, so I was giving Pete a lot of grief. Wasn't actually listening. Travel to the Nakano residence. I've agreed to take on a case for Valentine's detective agency. I need to interview the client at his home. Alrighty then. I could walk it. Alright, we're going to Coastal Cottage. We're going off map. We're just wandering deep into the wasteland. To the point where I feel like they almost could have put it a bit closer. There we go, there's a house. Casa de Nakano. Oh yeah. Oh, this is nice. This is nice. I'd live here. Far enough away from the bloat flies and the detective robots who don't look at their secretaries. Maybe there's something going on there. Just saying. There was a lot said between those not looks. All right, and like any good detective, I'm walking into their house carrying a sniper rifle.
I know you're listening on the other end. Where is she? Where is my daughter?
Kenji, please. You've been at this for hours. Stop. You need sleep.
She's out there, Ray. Someone has her. They could be raiders, or gunners, or God knows what else.
Yo.
Mrs. Nakano.
I'm sorry. Do I know you? I'm sorry. Do I know you?
Oh, well, apparently not. Allow myself to show myself in.
Who are you? I'm sorry, but we don't have time for visitors or caravans or wherever you're from.
I'm with Valentine's detective agency. You asked for help?
Oh, thank God. You have to get working right
I'm
away.
lawful good.
So, what's the story with you and Nick?
Ran with him on one of his cases a few years back, searching for some sort of lost heirloom. He needed a boat. Things didn't end well. Nick's client double-crossed us once we had what he was looking for. I still have some lead lodged into my hip.
I don't want your sob story.
And now, my daughter's missing, and there's only one detective agency I know of in the Commonwealth.
It's not necessarily the best sort of opening. My daughter's missing. You're actually the only people available, not the best. So I am here to help.
Yeah, that's me. Lowly partner. I don't even get real business cards.
Right.
Oh, he does not
Getting
enjoy
back to my
sarcastic.
daughter. It all started with this damn radio.
Our daughter Kasumi likes to fix things. The radio was her latest project.
Until she made contact with some kidnapper who lured her away from us.
Or maybe she left on her own. She's not a child anymore. Our daughter is 19. She knows how to survive, and she's capable. I think maybe she left because she wanted her own life.
No, she would have told us where she was going. She would have...
I know this story.
I can feel it. Find her, please.
Okay, Pete. you cannot handle it. I look up and Pete's face, he looks like that scared gopher. He's like, would Rick Ashworth ask for money? Or does he do everything out of the goodness of his bespeckled heart?
Rick Ashworth would ask for money.
He would.
He doesn't do anything for free.
Right.
But he'll do it well.
Yep.
And he'll be polite.
And he'll be polite. Okay.
Let's talk money. Investigations for the missing aren't cheap.
Of course. How does
That's
350 caps sound?
Except
350
first offer.
You sure?
Yes.
So he's not a haggler.
Not so much.
Okay.
Depends on the situation.
Okay.
These people, obviously he needs to get paid.
Yeah.
But these people don't have a lot of money necessarily. And it's to find his missing daughter.
They have a very nice house and a boat.
I
Peter.
do it.
If she went far, that means travel expenses.
We could make it 400.
Oh yeah! Even more money? No. Any leads?
Do you have any idea where she could have gone?
We know she took one of the boats, but that's all. She could be anywhere.
I'll find her. Don't you worry.
Thank you. Her room is upstairs, if that helps.
Oh yeah, let's go spell
and
things.
if you had any more questions about her, just ask.
Would Ashworth smell the underwear drawer? He would, yeah, he's nodding. Okay. Investigate. Question them further. Maybe I'll go investigate and then it might lead to more questions. I'm definitely going to take that cracked bowl. Who knows what could be handy. Where's a room? Is this a room? Because I can see why she left. Cracked glass bowl. Just take all the cracked bowls. This feels more like her room because she liked to tool around with radios and stuff. Fashionable glasses. Cola bottle. Hey, Kasumi's Projects radio.
Project log? Radio. Correction. Working radio. I'll finally get some news outside this house. My handle is going to be... let's go with... Ohm's Law. That should confuse the creeps. And if someone actually gets the reference, then we'll at least have circuitry in common.
Okay, so she had a gamer tag. She likes kittens. I feel like I've completed it. Have I completed it? Oh, I gotta do the whole piece. Dress? Oh! No, no, no. Smell it though? Maybe. Screwdrivers, lots of screwdrivers everywhere. Here we go. Lamp.
Project log? Lamp. Yep, it's a lamp. Filament plus power equals light. I swear, sometimes I think my parents break these things just to keep me busy.
Okay, so we know she's working on radios, lamps. What do we got here? Straw pillow, cleaner. Kitchen! Oh, Nick!
Project log, kitchen mixer. The circuits are still good, but all the mechanical parts are rusted through. Maybe I can...
All right, everyone. I'll be back in a few days. Was there anything else we needed from the city?
Wait, you're going now? No! Wait, Dad, I could come with you.
It is better if I go alone, Kasumi. Do not worry. I have your list.
You don't know what half that list is, Dad. I can help you. Really, I'll be...
I said no. I'm sorry. You're safe here, okay? Just stay put for me.
Okay.
I know you're disappointed, but I won't be long.
I love you.
I love you too, Dad.
All right, she's angry she didn't get away. We talked about Dad.
Hello? Testing? Project log. Holotape player. Managed to strip out the parts from this thing and make something that's easier to move around. Granddad always said you need to make a record when you start something. You know, in case you have to go back to it. So, I guess I'm going to start doing that. Maybe I should start with an inventory of all the parts I found?
Kasumi! Your father needs help with the boat.
I'll be right there. Oh, damn.
I can see why she left. Her parents keep interrupting her every time she tries to do some work. Okay, so I feel like I found all those holotapes back to front. I went straight upstairs to her room and found the one which at least gave me her sort of online tag to use on the radios. And then we worked all the way backwards to her doing her very first recording. But I'm going to talk to you about your meddling, son.
Mr. Nakano.
Did you have questions?
Yeah.
About my daughter?
Her radio.
Tell me more about this radio she was fixing.
I've tried to get that damn thing to work over and over again, but there's nothing. I thought she just wanted to strip it for parts or build a toaster out of it, or something, like she usually does. Someone made contact with her, and then they took her. God, what kind of twisted psychopath has my daughter?
Why did your daughter really leave? Your wife says she left on her
Wow,
own.
he just does not care about that twisted psychopath theory.
I know it was kidnappers. Kasumi is a smart girl, but she doesn't know how horrible people can be. Not like me and Ray. Why would she just leave her family with no explanation? Someone tricked her. Got her to leave the safety of home. Every minute we aren't looking for my daughter, her life is in jeopardy.
She's lived a pretty sheltered existence if she's hit 19 in this world and doesn't know that people are crap. Everyone in this world tries to kill you.
Anything more you can tell me about Kasumi? The smallest detail could be important.
I don't know what more to say. She's my little girl, and she doesn't know how dangerous this world is. I never should have let her grandfather teach her how to fix these machines.
Yeah, well, maybe if you had been a better father to her in the first place, mate, she wouldn't have gone.
Her grandfather? He taught her how to fix the radio?
Ever since she was old enough to walk, yes. Her grandfather had an ear for machines. Kasumi picked up the knack. He passed away recently. He used to scavenge the ruins in the south for parts. I kept telling him he was getting too old.
Okay, nothing but...
No more questions right
Yeah,
now.
you've already bummed me out with your dead dad. You, lady!
Excuse me.
Why'd you kill the old man?
I suppose you have questions about my daughter.
Some of them. Is it all the same questions?
Tell me more about this radio your daughter was working on.
I remember Kasumi was very excited about it. I figured she was secretly trying to make contact with Diamond City or another settlement. We're pretty isolated out here. She only has us for company, and Kenji can be overprotective.
I don't trust this dad one bit. Is that what Rick would have said? Yeah. Would he have done the hat thing? Yeah.
I'd like to know more about Kasumi. Might shine a light on where she's gone.
My daughter is strong, focused, careful. That's how I know she's still alive. But why would she leave without telling us? Maybe we...
Oh?
No, never mind. I don't want to waste your time.
No, waste away.
Every detail is important, Mrs. Nakano. Don't hold back.
It's just that we've been fighting a lot more. All of us. Ever since Kasumi's grandfather passed away. He was the only one that could really talk to her.
He's not dead.
Kenji and I don't understand machines, but those two could work together for hours. She started staying in her grandfather's boathouse late into the night. I thought she was just trying to cope with the loss, but now I wonder what she was up to.
Robot grandfather. Robot grandfather for sure. She's building machines. She loved her grandfather. She dug up his brain, put it in like a robot, and they ran off together. Technically, you could get married to your own grandfather if he was a robot, because he's not actually the same person, and so therefore you're not related. Just saying. All of you out there looking for a partner and have a dead grandfather. Alright, let's see what Granddad's place has to offer us. Oh, yeah. Yeah. This is all the kind of sick shit they were both into. Am I an expert?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am. Oh, on. Oh yeah. Oh, hey, oh yeah. Grandfather's military grade duct tape. What kind of sick shit were they into? Kasumi's final holotape.
Project log? Myself. I never really thought about who or what I am, but God, where do I start? The radio. I was right about the range. I managed to get a signal, a strong signal from up north. There's a group of people up there. They say they're all synths, synthetic people, made by the Institute. They are trying to build a place for their kind, where they can be themselves and be accepted for what they are alongside human beings. It sounds wonderful, but then they started asking about me, and some questions came up. Questions I don't have answers to.
Yeah, about sexy
I mean,
Granddad.
I've always felt off, like I'm not really supposed to be here, but then there are things in my childhood I can't remember, and I've been having strange dreams. I'm going to go to meet these synths. I have to know the truth about myself. They've told me to sail up north to a town called Far Harbor. I can make my way to them from there.
Talk to Kenji about his robot father. I still feel like I'm on the right track. Look at that moon, by the way. What a beautiful night. Okay. So she's found a bunch of synths. She feels like they all have something in common. She's gonna go follow them.
Did you find anything?
She left by herself, mate. Is Kasumi human? Woo! Woo! The big questions!
I need to ask you an important question. Are you sure your daughter is human?
What kind of question is that?
Did she come out of her?
Your daughter made contact with a group of synths. She thinks she's one of them.
What? That's crazy.
She's not a synth. She's our daughter. We raised her. I gave birth to her.
She answered my question.
She's flesh and blood, not a synthetic.
Unless the granddad killed her and then replaced her with a synth. Synths are still people, debatable, but not. I mean, well, yeah, in the sense that they have their own emotions and intelligence, but they're not people, because people are born.
Were you going to say something?
I'm talking it out, woman! So maybe she was replaced. I mean, if you gave birth to her, you can't give birth to a synth. Maybe she's confused. She was replaced. All right, what are we going with? Is she confused? She's confused, she's 19, she's experimenting. I remember when I was 19, I was like, am I a synth? Am I just...
Were you going to say something?
The end of that joke. Where's here? Maybe she's just confused, or she was replaced. I'm gonna hit him with some hard truths. She was replaced. It's not even maybe she was replaced. She was replaced. Full stop. I've known you for 5 minutes.
That's how synths work, Mrs. Nakano. They replace people. This could have happened recently.
I know my own daughter. She's not a synth.
Or is
This
she?
is what I was afraid of. Someone twisting my daughter's mind. Did you find where Kasumi went, Detective?
I think I know where Kasumi went. A place called Far Harbor.
She went that far up north? God, that explains why she took the boat. You have to go after her. Please, take my other ship on the dock outside. My father's design.
2
It
boats?
has a guidance system, and it is built for distance.
We're gonna have to renegotiate this cap situation. What's out there? Sarcastic. No way I'll take it. Pete?
Just take it.
Just take it.
Take it and run.
I'll get to the bottom of this, Kenji.
Thank you. And here, the payment we discussed. I'll have something more when Kasumi is safely back home.
We're gonna boat it. Tell the railroad about the synth refuge. Travel to Far Harbor. We're just going straight to Far Harbor. I'm not letting anybody else know about what I found. There could be all sorts of cool shit up there. And I want to drive a boat. Here we go. I figured out how to drive a boat by itself. Just gonna take in the view. Oh, wow, it is actually driving by itself. Look at that. This grandfather was a genius. I can see why she loves him. That's probably Kasumi's boat. So she's dead. Beautiful. I love this nautical stuff. Oh, this is creepy. People. Terrifying people. Kasumi? Is that you? My, what a big bitch you've grown. We're gonna leave it there. Is that what Ashworth would have done, Pete? All right, so that is Far Harbor. I'm not gonna go at all into the rest of Far Harbor for this video because I do feel like it's such a story-focused piece of DLC that I don't want to spoil anything for it. But that's the basic setup here, and I really like that as a setup. For me, the best parts of Fallout are when you have this really focused story mission where you're uncovering new clues, you're progressing through this story because they do weave really great little stories. The worst parts of Fallout for me are where I constantly get distracted with side missions and get lost or have to do the same fights over and over again. All those little things off to the side of that core story are the things that make me end up going, I don't want to play this game anymore. Whereas here, I feel like because it's just the story DLC, this is taking all the good parts about Fallout and focusing them down into one area. This is the biggest landmass that Bethesda have put out in a DLC pack to date now, so it looks like there's a decent amount to be wandering around and exploring. And because we have this central setup of this missing girl, I'm looking forward to the idea that there will be a few twists and turns here where it'll go off in some directions we weren't expecting just to justify the cost and the amount of effort and time that they put into this. They're probably going to weave a really solid story, and I'm excited about that. When you buy Far Harbor, you instantly get the mission for it, as long as you have met Nick Valentine in the main game. As long as you've gotten up to that point where you've met him once, then you can access the mission. However, Bethesda do say it's a relatively high-level area. This is a level 40 character. They've finished the game. Pete's sort of totally souped up everything, so he should be fine. But if you're sitting at sort of level 15, or my character, which is about level 20, maybe it could be a good idea to level up a bit more in the main story before you tackle this. Or alternatively, if you do just want to jump in and get a really streamlined experience, you could just download a save from the internet. All right, that's it for today's episode of Pocket. My Pocketeers. NichBoy out. You could give them yours. Link in the description below. I just made that happen. Boom. Rick Ashworth. Sarcastic options for everybody. Guys, select all the worst options you can possibly think of. I want screenshots of everything, send it to Pete. He's stressed out so hard behind the camera right now. That's a great idea. Links in the description to Pete's save.